Aren't you about tired of listening to sports shows with all the woke bullshit? So are we. This is Patriot Sports Radio. Patriot Sports Radio. Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. And now, here's Eric, Angela, John, Chris, and the coach.
Welcome back, my friends. If you're new, then welcome in Patriot Sports Radio. My name is Eric. I'm your host. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for those reviews. You're out there doing your part, the downloads and the stars and things. We like it. Chris is over there moving cameras, doing the real work, getting us on the internet. As always, Angela's here. Coach is here. John's en route. He was golfing. He'll be here eventually. He's a young man. He's living an interesting life. Coach, you're looking slim down. Are you back on the program?
Oh, you know it. You know it. I'm back. I'm back.
Lean, mean fighting machine.
I'm trying to get down to fighting weight. I still got a ways to go, but I'm about, I will tell you, I'm going to go ahead and admit it. I started north of 250. 250, which is the largest number that I've seen in many moons. Back down to about 235, and I'm headed to about 215.
About ready to play linebacker. Get out that line, son.
Oh, I gotta get down to 215. This is gotta happen. So it's gonna happen,
says the warden. And then Thanksgiving will roll around. Then you get a pass. Yeah. Don't forget.
I get it. Hey, that's what we're in training for Thanksgiving right now.
Yep,
that's what we're doing.
It's stuff like that keeps you going.
That's what I do.
Hard on Turkey Day.
I'm going to pull it down to about 215, and then I'm going to get back to about a 228 after Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah,
231.
What's the heart of your demise? Is it going to be pie or is it mashed potatoes? Or
all of it.
I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little bit of everything.
Nice. Your belt is going to look brand new all year. You'll just be switching notches.
I that's exactly right. I'm just gonna. I don't know. Man, I went to the, nothing kicks you in the chick that's like a visit to the old doctor, and he, dropped some realism on you, like, hey man, I know you're living your best life out there because I can tell because you're getting fat. So anyhow, no, football season's here. I just don't have time to eat as much, and so not that I don't love it. I still love it. Food is my demise. I love it all. And that's my problem. I really like to eat. It's really something I'm good at. And I enjoy it.
Jonah's here. What is up?
John.
Fourth and Flex is here. All the cool kids are showing up tonight. Look at
so
that.
I got some things. I'm bringing some things for a change. I know you got a whole laundry list, but I'm going to start us off with the real question of the day. Football is back.
Yep.
What is the streaming service of preference that I need to have for this season to make my viewing enjoyable?
I think YouTube TV is the one. They got is
that it or Hulu? Which is the most cost effective?
Oh, Hulu has live sports. That's right. Jalen Hurts tells us that all the time. I don't know how much Hulu Live, I think, is like $65. I pay $100 for YouTube TV, but that's because I have the sports package and HBO Max. It's like $70 otherwise, I think.
Okay. See, I was trying to pull off. I got to have the red zone. That's a necessity for me. Yep. I can't function without it. So I was looking at Hulu and adding the red zone together. And me and Chris actually talked about this the other day. We were trying to quarterback the best route. And I was wondering you guys' takes on this. You're a YouTube guy, which I usually go with. Last year I went with YouTube. I did like it. However, the only thing that I don't like about YouTube and the downside of it is it does seem to glitch a lot.
Yeah.
And so if you can live with the glitch, because it always happens in the worst time.
Yeah.
So,
2 minutes left.
But if you can live with that, it's not bad. But I've never had Hulu, so
You're
that
muted.
was kind of my question: is how does anybody have that? Or
The cheapest I found Red Zone by itself is $14.99 a month, and that's the NFL Network, and you can stream, and you can buy the NFL Network stream, and that comes with that. So that's the cheapest. Now, if you want to watch games as well, live games, and at least your local games, and then your ESPN, and then I think you have to go with if you do YouTube with just the regular, like the basic, do you get like our local channels?
Yeah.
So you get the Packer game.
Yeah. I watched
the locals.
Channel 6 local.
Do you get that on Hulu?
Yes. But God bless Hulu. You're already at $70 a month. I mean, you'd save nothing.
Like, I'd love a cable company to just come back and put it all under one roof. Like,
Yeah,
that's where I'm at this point.
Well, everybody cheered when we cut the cable, and now we're back to individualized ordering of streaming services.
Yeah.
So you're
Now
back
here,
north of
though,
100.
I still have it. Plus, I'm gonna get Hulu.
Here
the
Here you can stream Spectrum. So you can buy Spectrum, which is our cable company,
Okay.
and you can buy their streaming package for $25 a month. And that has everything you're going to need for football.
Yeah.
See,
But it's no DVR with the box. It's just streaming it.
Okay.
Ooh.
See, I could live with that though. I mean,
Me too.
the DVR is so good though because, now it puts you at, like I'm notorious for, especially game night. I'll get home at 11 o'clock and I'll watch a game, 11 to 1 at night. That way I'm, caught up. But I don't know. It's
I
a
never
tough
watched
question.
DVR.
No commercials. Just
Yeah,
fast
the
forwarding right
commercial.
through them bitches.
Oh yeah.
It feels like now streaming services, it feels like I have to go to Culver's for my burger and then drive over to McDonald's to get the fries and then go to the store and buy 12
That's
pack
exactly
soda.
right. Yeah.
And it's like I just want to watch Steelers Ravens. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I have news. I know why everything's fucked up, guys.
Okay.
My hippy dippy sister posted on the Facebook that we have 6 planets in retrograde right now. That's basically all the planets. Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Chiron. Those last 2 aren't even planets. Angela, is this true?
I don't know. I'm coming off of Leo season and I'm winning like an Emirator. So that's all I care about. I'm a Leo. Last month was my thing. This whole year I'm gonna slay. It's just part of what's going on. I'm virtually.
What happened? What's Leo?
Are you
I'm a
Leo?
It was Leo
What
season.
does that mean?
Oh,
Like
what,
the birthday
like
zodiac
what sign
deal.
are you?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay.
Oh well. Let me connect you with my horoscope lady. She's pretty amazing. So, anyways, that doesn't affect me right now. None of that does. I'm untouchable for the next year. I'm just saying. So.
I like it.
Doesn't
Oh,
mess.
But that's not because of the stars, Angela. That's just because you're a positive, go kick ass person.
I am. I'm a little bit of a badass.
That's why it's your year.
Yeah.
Every year could be your year.
If I broke down what it was like when I was born, you guys would shit yourself. It's pretty special, just saying.
When you were what?
Born.
Oh, like what year?
Yeah.
I got you.
Back in the
I'm a
1900s.
Leo fire dragon. I was born under a fire sign. I'm a dragon, a Chinese calendar dragon, and I'm a Leo.
I was
what's
born
cooler
right
than
after Elvis died because there wasn't fucking room for 2 kings in this motherfucker.
You know what's cooler than one dragon? Two
dragons.
Dueling
I was born on the
dragon.
same day as Eli Manning. That's all I have going for me.
Nice.
I have a ton of stuff about BS High.
Let's talk
Oh
about
my
it.
god.
Let's talk about BS
Wow,
High.
I watched
That whole thing.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
It's the story of Bishop Sycamore, the fake high school that somehow ended up on ESPN. It's a wild story. Opens with the coach, Roy Johnson, who starts out by saying, a lot of Roy Johnson is anecdotal. So we're third person right out of the gate,
Right.
which I love. You know,
Always
it's
a
gonna be
good look. Always a good look. When you're talking about how bad you're going to look on a documentary in third person, that's always a good look.
Does Roy Johnson look like a con man? Yeah, he kind of does.
Hey, every time he would say something fucked up and then he would smile, I was like, that
He
motherfucker.
wouldn't even smile. He'd be like, ha ha ha. Like,
yeah, got him.
Gotcha, bitch.
No, yeah, he'd give it the ha.
Crazy.
Because he idolizes Hannibal from the A team. Okay.
Right.
The plan coming together, guy.
Yeah, he's just a
Hey,
straight con man.
You know, I said this to you guys. There's some evil genius if that guy would just use his powers for good.
Oh, man.
He was like, why am I not in jail? What am I doing wrong? Tell me. He's like, nobody knows what the rule is for this. Nobody knows what the rule is for that. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Somewhere there's a Kia dealership that's missing their top tier guy.
He would move some units. Dude.
That dude would move some volume.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. He said he always loved football. He got his brother into Ohio State by coaching him up, talking to teachers, keeping his grades up. And he says that's when he realized how powerful.
Credit for that.
He took all the credit for that.
Yeah.
He said that's when he realized how powerful high school football is, when he got his ultra talented brother into Ohio State. But then he tries to make that leap from, since I helped this one kid, what if I could help 20 kids?
Wait. You missed the part where he got his internship at the Jets and he learned that I belong being a general manager. Like I'm supposed to be a general manager.
Made it sound like he was working shoulder to shoulder with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
That was the part that I thought was comical. He literally did make it sound like that he was really right there.
Just being in there with those guys, I was enamored with it. I said, I want to be a GM.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Me too. Yeah, me too. So, yeah, he's going to apply that logic to 25 other kids or however many kids. He's going to help all these, kids who some of them are already been to jail. He's going to give them all D1 offers. We're all going to Auburn, boys. I'm the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
Then
that was the plan anyway.
Yep. He openly says, I'm insecure, I'm an extremist, and I'm very resourceful. That's a bad combination. Yeah.
Dangerous.
So how it all started was he wanted to create a Christian school powerhouse in Ohio. So he had the, what was it? COF? Yeah, Christians of Faith.
Yeah.
No, that's where they ended.
Academy?
No, they started it out that way. And no, they started it. They started with that and attached it to a church.
He was getting people to buy life insurance policies through the church and sign off part of that payout to the church, aka the football team.
Yeah.
And then the church found out about that, I don't know, years later, a year or two later, it seemed like, and they're like, wait, you're still doing that? We don't even have a football team. What are you doing? Every organization he came into contact with very quickly had to put out a statement that they were in no way affiliated with him.
And are still putting out statements that they're in no way.
He went to that place. Well, first, the place he wanted to build for this first pretend team, he said it was going to have practice fields, grandstands, fishing ponds. It's like Jerry World light. People in the documentary are like, that would have cost hundreds of millions. Like, I don't know where he thought he was going to get the money to do that. But like he said, do what rich people do, even if you don't have the money. I don't think that's a good motto for life. That's going to get you in debt to some leg breaking type folks.
Oh, for real.
So rather than build that whole facility, what ends up happening is they rent a soccer place, like a soccer facility called Super Kick, for a few days, and he bust in a bunch of random young adults. They had a media day, which consisted of one guy, I'm pretty sure, one guy and like some local people. He said that people were walking around with clipboards, but nobody really was doing anything. So now enter Ben Ferry, the biggest nerd you've ever seen in your life. He works for the OHAA, the Ohio Athletics Association, and he is the last guy you want on the case if you're up to some fake school shit. His friend
bored nerdy guy with lots of time on his hands enters the picture equals you're screwed.
He's good at it too.
Oh,
they brought his best friend in for a second who said, quote, Ben loves rules. He loves the minutia and following the rules. He's like a puppy who, when he finds something, he just dig. And that's what he did with this Bishop Sycamore thing. He couldn't let it go. He figures out what's going on, and maybe he told the church, and that's when they denied all affiliations. Or in Roy's words, the bishop didn't have the heart to say, yeah, I said it was okay, aka lie.
Right.
Back up and keep going with the lie. So now that's dead. He basically just changed the colors and calls it Bishop Sycamore. This is not a different thing hardly at all. He finds a bunch of kids who got no D1 offers, promises them all they'll get them. You can't really blame these kids because he's a fantastic bullshit artist.
Oh my gosh.
That guy really can spin a yarn.
I feel bad for them.
Oh yeah, I did. I don't know why they beat up the homeless guy. That cost him some sympathy from me, but I did still feel bad for him. Then at the end,
he's a bastard. That's why
they made him watch a video of these kids. Like, I can't believe he did this. The one kid's crying, and he's just like, "The fuck is this? This is bullshit. It's not my fault."
He said the kids still went to college.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's not.
So
there was no school. Like, there was no school, and in a time where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do online school. He was like, I couldn't force them to go to school. I couldn't force them to do that. They don't want to. Like,
one of my favorite lines was the coach in the beginning who he worked with for just a few weeks. He's like telling the coaches, guys, there's no school. And he was like, man, you got to let that go. Like, no, I think we need to address it. So now they're in Bishop Sycamore. They're completely out of money. They're ducking hotel managers, stealing food from Walmart. All the while he's telling them, we're all going to Auburn, guys. Don't worry. We just got to get this money.
Sharing helmets. Oh my God.
Yeah. Then I walked away from the computer because I would have never finished this documentary if I would have just kept taking notes. I was pausing it every 30 seconds. It got crazier. Then the news drops that the game against IMG was the second game they'd played in the past 3 days, the one they played on ESPN, all on his own without telling anyone. Coach Roy had scheduled a warm-up game on Friday when they were supposed to play the greatest high school squad in the country on Sunday. And that's how you get CTE. And again, he wants to know, is there a law against that? Well, okay then.
It's not like any of them got hurt, Eric. Oh, wait.
Well, 5 minutes into that game, a kid tears his ACL. Steve Levy, a professional broadcaster who has called like playoff games in major sports, somehow ended up with this Bishop Sycamore gig. Hey, howdy, Trump 2024. I think I knew that is. That's Skip. Skip's here. How we doing, Skip? You're our people too, Facebook user. Believe me. I like it. We're getting a nice little turnout this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kid tears his ACL and they're looking around like, hey, where's the trainer? And the quarterback's mom runs out in some jean shorts and she's like, yeah, I'm the trainer. And I don't know. This poor kid's laying there with a torn ACL. I'm not sure. That poor woman had to watch her son essentially get murdered. He dislocated his shoulder. He wanted to go back out there. Every quarterback they put out there got killed. They had the cornerback / wide receiver playing quarterback, and then he broke his ankle.
The best part of it we glossed over is when they said that they were literally didn't have any plays. They were taking plays off Madden.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have any plays. They just were lining up and doing what they could, I guess.
True backyard.
I don't even know how that works.
Sad. That's shitty.
And in classic Roy fashion, he's like, well, I mean, I wasn't the one. Did I take him off Madden? No, I didn't get plays off Madden. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. That big lurch coach buddy of his was just as bad as him.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, if you want to say, like, people didn't get what was promised. I mean, I guess you could, if you looked at it a certain way, say that. Maybe we were a little dishonest. So yeah, they lost 58-0. All the while, by the way, he's on the sidelines coaching this game on ESPN. He has an open warrant for domestic violence. Just
pillar of the community.
Just being sought by the police. I think he eventually got arrested. Oh, the judge is here. All right.
Nice.
Oh, you don't get your playbook from Madden. No. What do you mean?
They
Coach?
did. BSI did.
You don't go to NBA 2K and get some pointers for the boys? Yeah, so they lost 58-0. And then we find out that he's having all these kids get PPP loans for like $15,000 to $20,000. I'm pretty sure the one kid found out on camera that he has PPP loans.
That was effed up.
All right, so you're in the middle of this. You're headed down to the tunnel, going into fucking Canton, Ohio. We've been there.
Yeah.
Me and Eric were at a party there a couple weeks ago at that stadium.
No big deal.
So you're running down that tunnel. Are you know you're about to get caught, right? Like like you're now you're going to be national, right? So as a coach, are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about the gig's up?
I think he thought if we win this game, everything's fine. We're in the clear.
That's exactly what he thought.
I think he thought that even if they sucked donkey balls, that the people would be like, oh my gosh, this guy's tenacious. Like, we should look into him. I think he's so arrogant that he thought he might actually go somewhere.
Or maybe he was thinking, I haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm inside the rules of the law. It's morally all kinds of fucked up.
Right. So he was like untouchable. Like he felt, oh my gosh, what a turd.
Yeah, the justifications, you can just tell this man justifies anything in his head in half a second.
Hey, the judge is right. Jamarcus Russell didn't need that playbook, and neither did Bishop Sycamore or Kyler Murray.
Or Menzel.
I left everything I had on that field.
He did say that. Did Jordan, did you leave everything out there on the field in Canton?
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did. There were some dads out there really laying it on the line. Really acting like they didn't have to work in 36 hours.
Yeah. Coach would have been good out there. Watching Des Bryant run around and the dad's kind of trying to run around. It was pretty good.
Yep. Hey, Des won me over. I'm a Des guy now. He's really cool.
He's a really nice guy.
He's a very nice dude. I'm not going so far as to say that he caught that football, but he is a nice guy.
You didn't catch that ball, Des.
So now they're on ESPN. It's a huge national story, and Ben Ferry is Ben Fury. He is pissed because he's had this story for 2 fucking years and nobody cared. He's been telling people, trying to take it to print. They're like, fake school. And now all of a sudden it's the biggest thing in the world. Ben actually said, quote, it's like, go fuck yourself. And if you know Ben, you know Ben does not use that sort of language. So he was mad. Yeah, it's a must watch. It's on HBO Max. I think there was something else crazy at the end. Didn't they both go to jail for things unrelated to this?
Did they both?
Sure.
The craziest thing is the fact that, he says in the end that they're going to do it again.
Right.
Like he's like,
yeah,
it's not even like, we shouldn't have done that or whatever. It's like, he's going to build it again. He's going to try it again.
Do wrong? What did we do? Oh, the one kid got
he said not just them, but he's like, there'll be 15 more that are going to come along that'll just fine tune and re-loop the loopholes.
Dude, they're selling Firefest 2 tickets right now. So it can be done. I should have put that in here. I'll bring that next week. Yeah, that dude's doing a whole new Firefest. I knew he would, and it's going to work. I bet this one's awesome. We should go for research purposes. The one kid got into Grambling State, and then they told him, oh, actually, we looked at your records, and you played at Bishop Sycamore, so, yeah, we can't take you. So his one out was ruined by Bishop Sycamore. I felt bad for some of these kids. It's like, where else are they going to go? Look, but, I mean, hey, we can't all be professional football players. As Judge Smales once said, the world needs ditch diggers too.
Ditch diggers. So the one thing though is that the kids who did agree to go up on camera had something to say. and they're getting their 15 minutes. If they can make something of it, that's that's
Exactly.
the best they can hope for. And it was pretty clear to me at the end when they were telling what everybody was doing, like, oh, and this guy is still hopeful to pursue his football career, and this guy wants to be a rapper now. And so it was like, hey, like it was like their way of like throwing a bone to everybody, like, help me, I think.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Let's not forget some of these dudes. Like, there was one dude that actually played in a junior college.
Yeah.
And then he came back.
He played at a junior college for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are we talking about here, guys?
I mean, they just got a bunch of rum dums and said, we're going to give you D1 scholarships. Come with us. And here's the disturbing part. And I know that John's head is exploding right now because he wants to talk about this, but the disturbing part of the whole deal to me was a season is 10 weeks long, however many weeks, 12 weeks. And they're flying all over these places or whatever. Not one time did I see a parent that said, I visited where my son was at and realized this was a dump. I mean, so I ask you guys, and again, I mean, I'm no expert. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn a couple of times, but I'm saying if my son is playing across the country for some kind of premier team, there's not going to be a 10-week season where I don't get up off my tuffet and roll out there and see what is going on there. I mean, and along with,
so he went after a specific kid, is what you're saying.
I mean, what I'm saying is absolutely he went after a target rich environment that was either A, unable to do that, or B, didn't care. There's again, this guy is a piece of work, but there's many irons in the fire here on many levels that made this go to where it got to, because you don't get there without somebody blowing the whistle about week, I don't know, 2 or 3 going, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
How does Johnny Bag of Donuts at local channel 2 not all fucking over this trying to get a fucking break?
Yeah.
Well, and
the broadcast of the game, like the play-by-play was like, they were like,
they played for 3 years before that.
What the hell is this? Like, they were all like, what the F?
The kid tore his ACL, and Steve Levy was like, 54s down on the field. We don't have a number 54 on the roster they provided to us, so don't know who that is.
Which, I mean, you're on a national televised stage.
Look at ESPN,
and you don't have a
roster. Ohio.
I mean,
you're sharing helmets.
There was so many.
They were sharing helmets.
He was wearing the quarterback was wearing his high school helmet that his mom had to buy him.
And the mom literally. The mom was what was
coach.
That irritated me the most, because
you can't tell me she was not fucking that coach, because any normal mom would be like, what the fuck are we doing here? What is this? Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well,
so
she
the quarterback's mom, the trainer.
Yeah, she went on a tirade for about all of these things. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. And she's just right there with them. I'm like, how are you not blowing the whistle on this whole deal?
Aren't up to code.
I'm just going to say it is the American way. It's human nature. If somebody tells you there's an easy way out, there's a fast way to success, all of the money, all of the whatever, you will find people who will absolutely listen, and they won't think twice. Or if they think twice, they might be like, hey, why not me? Maybe me.
Yeah. Hey, does anybody at the end of it, when they're kind of going through like the little individual players or telling them their experience, that one dude that started crying, were those crocodile tears?
No, he was pissed off and hurt. Definitely. Okay. He was. I mean, I think
they're in the process of trying to sue some people, and I didn't know if they were trying to get a point across.
No, I think that he was going to be tough the whole time. And I really feel like sometimes people like put on their hard shell and they don't process some of that stuff. And when you're forced to talk about it, it's a trigger. And I think that happened, and I felt so bad for him.
When you have to say it out loud.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard. So that was year 4. They went on ESPN, right? At year 3, when their graduation is still at 0.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How I still can't get past how
No
Johnny
kids are
Bag of
graduating.
Donuts and the local fucking journalist doesn't fucking crack this story. It's a national story.
But think about it though. They had like, oh, that was like COVID times. Like, oh yeah, the poor kids, COVID. Oh yeah, they're not used
Only
to the
one time that would have
whatever.
worked.
Yeah.
They're
So
sending pictures.
Parents couldn't fucking travel or had excuse why they couldn't.
Right.
Because COVID. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the things came together.
It was perfect for him.
The pictures and videos those kids sent home of the food they were being given.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have been in the car or plane
Yeah.
on my way
Yeah.
to get the child. Like,
I'd
you're
have
not
dropped-
eating that.
I'd have been there for a minute. Like even without the pictures, I'd have just wanted to go. Like, let's go.
I mean,
I'm not from the
Is
show
it-
me state, but I'm a show me dad. Like, you're gonna show me the fucking facility. Like, we're gonna.
I'm not shipping my kid across the United States to play for anybody till I'm fully 1,000,000% certain that I could pick up the phone at any minute of the day and contact somebody who will give me every answer I need and reassurance.
I mean,
And the first second that I don't, they're coming back.
And it's not just
there's
like,
a lot
they're
of-
getting meals. It's like they're athletes. So like they should be eating the best of what's available, right? I mean, you're supposed to be fueling your body.
Here's what I don't understand. At the end of all this, he's a fucking piece of shit on Netflix. What did he gain from this? Like, he didn't make he was just broke all the time.
I think the attention is enough for him.
Is that what it was?
That's
That's
exactly
what he
He couldn't
wanted.
wait to sit in that chair and mug at the camera.
Well, he
He's
said it
probably
at the
hoping
end.
for a book deal and a movie deal, and probably so like
He
totally
said it.
out of his mind.
He said it at the end. He said, you know, I'm on HBO and Michael Strahan called me, and that was what he wanted. I mean,
Dick.
Yep. That was what he wanted. Well, all right. Other stuff. Luis Rubiales is the chief of the Spanish Soccer Federation, so he's a big deal. He gets to be on the field when the trophy is handed out for the World Cup. He may even be the one who hands out the trophy. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about soccer to give you that answer. But what I do know for sure is he has been suspended indefinitely. I guess you can't Jackson Mahomes these women just because everyone is celebrating. That is not an open invite to grab both sides of someone's face and shove your tongue in their mouth, which is what he allegedly did.
I'll make a note of that.
One of the women's players on the Spanish team, he just really aggressively planted one on her, and she says that was not consensual. His first move was to come out and say she's lying. It was consensual. And now he's out. They asked him to step down. He refused to step down, so they stepped him down for himself. We'll do it for you, bud. You can't mess around Me Tooing in 2023. You can't be out there shooting your shot, as they say.
if it doesn't belong to you, don't touch it.
Exactly. Speaking of not going to work here anymore, the NBA had an interesting X last week. That sounds weird. An interesting post on X. Anyway, seems like someone who was let go did not have their login information deleted or revoked. So this person still had access to the social media. He or she posted the following from the NBA official account. How do I log out of this? ? Haven't worked here in weeks. Anyway, the NBA overextends its social media employees greatly to the detriment of their health and social lives for a salary of less than $50K annually after taxes. Okay, so you're making like 85 to tweet about basketball. Shut the fuck up. I worked a 14-hour shift without breaks. Shout out Adam Silver. We don't get health insurance until 90 days on the job. Yeah, welcome to working in America. Glad I resigned. No need for a job to get in the way of your happiness. Donate to mental health causes. This person is 22 years old.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. That
Totally.
sounds like somebody.
I don't need a job bringing me down anyway, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's all well and good till you're
A little change.
turning on the lights in the morning. They don't come on.
Oh,
Yeah, when the utility company calls and they're like, "Hey, it's springtime. We can legally shut your shit off now." And we're gonna.
Yeah.
Hey, man, don't harsh my mellow. I used to tweet about basketball.
Don't you know who I am?
I like how it
Edward.
starts out like it sounded like an old person who doesn't know how to use or like think they're texting somebody personally, but it ends up as a tweet.
How do I log out of this?
Right. I sent you a birthday card. What time are you coming home?
Love it. Love it. When old people sign their name at the end of their Facebook posts.
Yeah.
Coach is the parent we all deserve. Absolutely. Coach is America's dad, gas will be $2 a gallon.
That's somebody. Kids, they'll give you the middle.
Yeah. It says no one who lives under this roof. I'll tell you that.
Oh my gosh.
None of them. Half of them were on no speaking terms. Some by their choice, some by mine.
Yep. I was told this morning that I'm ruining her childhood, so I know I'm doing a good job.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Check that one off the bingo card.
I said, when you're 20, you're going to tell me that I did a good job and you're happy I did it. And she said, no, I'm going to tell you that you ruined my childhood. All right, then I know this is the move. Only 2 players have won every award in basketball, Michael Jordan and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So when he says, quote, I will not be the best version of myself if I don't know that everybody's on the same page, everybody's going for a championship, everybody's going to sacrifice time away from their family like I do. And if I don't feel that, I'm not signing. When he says that, they listen. But will they act? This dude wants another championship, and rightfully so. He's the best player in the world. So if they don't make some moves, I think he's going to be out. There are about, I don't know how many teams are in the NBA, 28, 30. All the teams minus 1. That's how many will be calling about him.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many want him? All of them.
Everyone. It was like, this is like if Tom Brady went on the market in 2008 or something.
Yikes. Makes a girl nervous.
Yeah. He's going to go from just tried for first time a smoothie, man, God bless USA, Giannis, to later. I'm fucking out of here, Giannis. Why do we do that in Wisconsin? We put all of our hopes for the franchise on one guy.
I don't know.
Figure it out. I don't think you can roll Chris Middleton out there again. They're going to have to go get somebody, do something.
Definitely.
That's how you win in the NBA. You go get superstar players. What else we got? There was a thing I skipped.
And coaches.
The World Cup.
No. What?
Giannis to the Mavs. Stop it, Jordan. Trying to speak it into existence. That's what he's doing.
Get out of here with that.
Manifestation.
Did you see the pencil bat? The Phillies, Bryson Scott decided to show his support for the Little League World Series by using a pencil bat in an actual game. It looked exactly like a scale model of a pencil. It was fantastic. By the way, congratulations to the El Segundo 12 under All-Stars for their Little League World Series win. Not bad. I can't believe they let him use a bat that looked like a pencil in a game. Baseball usually hates fun.
I know. It's true. That was a little bit shocking.
I was hoping I could find some other interesting bats. I found Jeff McNeil used to use a bat with no knob. Instead of mushrooming out at the bottom, it sort of just widened out. He said that's a better weight distribution. Then I said, all right, who used the biggest bats ever? Babe Ruth used a 36-inch, 46-ounce bat.
Wow.
He was when he hit 60 home runs that year, he was swinging a 40-ounce bat.
That's a 2x4.
Jesus, that's a big bat, man.
Fucking hickory. Had to be.
Wow.
Mo Vaughn used a 36er. Gene Stick Michael used a 36-inch, 35-ounce bat. So Julio Franco. A guy named Dick Allen used to use a 40-ouncer, and he was only 5'11", 187.
Golly. He was swinging a sledgehammer at it.
Clemente was not a big guy. He used a 36-ouncer, 3,000 hits. Bryce Harper, when he came up, he used to warm up with a 47-ounce bat. I don't know what he used in the game. What, like
28.
19 years old. That's wild. I was hoping there'd be like some sort of weird bat story. Baseball's really old, so it was a little let down. But this, opposite of a letdown. Good news. 7-time Emmy winner Scott Van Pelt is going to be taking over the host chair on Monday Night Countdown. In a true broken clock is right twice a day decision, ESPN managed to put their best host on their best show and actually do a good thing. Nice. SVP is so good you could put anybody with him and be fine. We'll find out because 4 Letter Network has tested that theory right away with Ryan Clark, Robert Griffin, Marcus Spears, Michelle Beisner-Buck. Is that Joe Buck's wife? Oh,
Yeah.
Daughter.
It is? Oh,
I
daughter?
don't know. Is it?
I don't know. And then you'll have multiple appearances this season by Larry Fitzgerald and Alex Smith. Can't we just get Larry Fitz in there all the time? Maybe he can replace Marcus Spears or Ryan Clark. RG3 makes me laugh with the sexual innuendo puns, so he can stay. He really pushes it sometimes. The stuff RG3 says during a game, but it sort of slips under the radar because he's the nice Christian guy who wouldn't say something like that. Baker Mayfield has officially been named starter in Tampa, which is great and all, but he's got bigger fish to fry. Something about these Buccaneers quarterbacks. Training camp is always a bummer. Last year, Tom Brady was served with divorce papers on the second day of camp. This year, Baker finds out the investment firm where his family works has misplaced and or stolen about 12 million American from his accounts. How does that happen? Why do people keep putting friends and family in charge of their money? Be for disaster.
Not a good idea.
Now Baker and his lovely wife, I assume she's lovely. I don't know her. She's lovely till proven shitty. They have filed a petition with the courts regarding an alleged misuse of those $12 million. I would say if you can't find them, you definitely misused them.
You think? That's awesome.
Now we need to talk about replacing them.
So I just Googled Michelle Beisner-Buck, and it is Joe Buck's wife. She used to be a cheerleader.
I bet she
so
did.
she definitely. Oh, she's always been getting
hot.
by him.
She still might be hot. I can't tell, but she used to be hot for sure. But she still might be kind of hot. And
she's gotten every position.
Joe Buck's
merit.
a tool bag.
He is a bit of a tool bag.
What do you really feel?
That's exactly how I feel. And not only that, he screws my Cubs every chance he gets. I hate when he calls a game. I don't like listening to him. And by the way, the wild card race is on, boys.
Do you like him?
You know how I feel.
Okay.
On my street, Joe Buck is the most hated man on my street.
He should.
Packer fans really have a thing where they think
he's the same with the Cubs.
Yeah.
He finds teams that he likes, i.e. the Cowboys and Troy Aikman.
Totally.
And anything about that, he just oohs and ahs over. And if he doesn't like it, he's not even close to bias. I mean, or impartial. He just tries to be biased for the team that he likes.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Not a big Joe Buck guy. They want financial records from 2018 to 2023, which that's basically his prime earning years. When did he come into the league? 2017, 2018? Have they been stealing the whole time he's been in the NFL?
Oh my God.
Yikes. They say Mr. and Mrs. Mayfield don't know exactly how much is missing, but they sure would like to find out.
Yeah, he was the number one pick, so he had some cash to steal.
Oh shit, that insurance company ad money alone is well over 12.
It's got to be good. That's
probably what they told themselves. He's making money with the commercials. He won't miss it. How many times in those transactions did they say he won't miss it? These motherfuckers.
I'll tell you this, Baker and the Bucks are unique because, I was listening to Sports Talk today, and it's pretty much they were talking about the race for Caleb Williams and how, how that looks and it boils down to several teams, the Buccaneers being one of them. And you name Baker the starter, which is good enough to get you to 500, which is exactly what, for the future of the Bucks really looks tough. But, you think about it, you got Arizona is your front runner, and they just signed Kyler Murray to a huge contract. I mean, so are they really? I mean, do you pass up? You have the worst record in the league. You get the number one pick. Are you passing on Williams if you're Arizona? Really? You can't.
I don't think you can.
No. And then what do you do with Kyler Murray, who you got on the hook, who's a huge cap hit? I mean, that's kind of what San Francisco got into this week with their whole Dallas deal.
Although Caleb Williams,
with Lance.
Bring Lincoln Riley right on in with them.
Yeah, I mean, that
Move
may
the
be
money
it.
around.
New coach, new quarterback. It's happened many a times to the number one, the team that picks number one, usually with the new coach.
Yep. Wasn't he saying he's not sure if he wants to come out because maybe he doesn't want to play for the team that has the number one pick? That's a dangerous game to play.
Yeah,
you're going to end up on a bad team. That's just how it is. If you go number one, unless somebody traded, you're going to end up on a really bad team. You just hope it's not
I watched
the
some of
Browns.
USC. They can sure put up points. I just don't know if they can really stop enough people to be able to end up in the playoff.
What else we got? I don't know what happened with this Caleb Farley thing. He's a cornerback for the Tennessee Titans. His house exploded out of nowhere like a Michael Bay film. Sadly, his father was in the house and perished in the explosion. But it's an unbelievable scene. $3 million home reduced to splinters and ash. It's just a big pile of mulch. I don't know if the place was like they used tannerite instead of drywall or what.
It reeks with a similar odor of meth lab.
Perhaps.
Just saying. That's how that happens.
Or fentanyl.
Yeah, the sudden explosion that's unexplained.
Walter, yeah.
In a highly
and it burns everything to the ground. I mean,
go ask Walter how dangerous that meth is. Once he broke bad, he figured it all out.
I wonder if we'll find out. We'll have to, I think. Not sure how you. What?
I said they said gas leak, but that's. I'm hearing you guys.
It's just weird.
It's super crazy.
I don't know,
weird.
man. Yeah, there's a video of it. I don't know. The video is probably from 2 blocks away or something, and you just see the whole thing turn into toothpicks. It's wild.
I tell you, if there's no insurance adjuster looking into that, there soon will be.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what his policy is, but
there's going to be some investigations.
And he wasn't there.
Interesting.
It's just weird.
It says that picture says if you can see the shockwave coming off the fire, you have used a smidge too much tannerite.
Yep. Yep. If the car door is coming at you, you use too much.
Hey, I want to, but real quick though, where are we at in your list?
We got Will Levis and then the Can of Bloom thing, and then we're out of here. Oh, and
R.I.P. about
Bob
the Choctaw shooting.
Yeah,
Coach,
what the hell happened down there?
About that?
Oh, it's a bad deal. I mean, it's that deal, and if you've watched any of the footage on it, it's really a terrible thing, man. I think they identified the the kid that got killed there, 16-year-old kid that's a student from Midwest City. But it's just a terrible thing, man. And there's a common denominator there. I'm just saying it's kind of interesting that they had the same school that had a shooting last year in the basketball arena.
Was that in Del City?
I don't know. I think it was. I think so, but it's horrible. And if you look at you watch the footage from it, it just is really just. And the bad thing about it is that's going to affect things,
that little community
for the rest of the season. It's going to be terrible on a lot of fronts because now it's going to turn
these football games into a fucking.
It's going to turn it into a prison visit. I mean, and I don't know that you can keep from that. I mean, because that's, to my knowledge, they still haven't arrested anybody.
Right. I was just going to ask. Right,
I don't think anybody's been arrested on that. It's just terrible.
Was it a gang shooting? What was it? I mean,
here's the thing.
Knows.
They don't really know. They don't really know, other than somebody popped off a bunch of rounds, and now we have a bunch of people that are dead or seriously wounded. I mean, one of them has died. They've confirmed, a student that was 16. They haven't said anything about the other 3 if they were, but again, it's just it's such a terrible deal because, like I said, you're watching this game and it's a broadcast, and all of a sudden it turns into pandemonium. It just turns into everything of everybody's worst nightmare, where you have literally players laying on the field, and people telling them to get down, and then you have people running. People just don't know what to do or which direction to go.
To go, yeah.
The commentators had no idea.
It's a horrible situation, and the people that were announcing the game are telling people to get down, and then you have people running. It's just a nightmare. I was watching that, and the whole time I'm just thinking, that is nothing. Are we at a point right now where there's nothing that is sacred, where we can just enjoy the evening and not have to put,
we can't have youth sports.
Yeah, it's just they had one shooting, then they have an officer that discharges weapon there too. It's really I'm sure more will come out as it goes, but yeah, it's a tragedy, and there's a lot of mystery involved because they're still conducting the investigation, I'm sure. But
Jonas says allegedly a confrontation with 2 muzzle flashes.
Oh, I don't think he's wrong. I mean, I think that they said that there's a confirmed officer that was involved in the shooting at the stadium. So there probably was, but to my understanding, there has been no arrest and nothing has happened. But tragedy of this young man who passed away going to a football game.
Shout out Rick for raising me with a healthy respect and fear of firearms. You gotta understand what these things fucking are. Like, it's a one mistake and it's all over situation. It's not good.
Well, and
you can't take them back. That's what Dad always says. It's not like words. You can't take them back. Once that thing's in the air, it's in the air.
Well, and we're probably going to find out that this kid had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
The kid was just
innocent.
I mean, I don't know that for sure, and I don't want to say that's true, but I mean, this was a Midwest City high school kid who was at the game, and however, even if he was involved with it, that wasn't the plan for his night. I'll tell you that. It's just terrible. It's terrible.
It is. No good. Get your shit together. Calm down, guys. We can settle things punching each other in the face. It's highly effective.
I mean, it's deeper than that, in my opinion.
Well, it is. It really is.
We have a hole in the heart of this fucking country right now, and there's a vacuum, and it's being filled with some. With a lot of these kids are being raised kind of feral right now.
Well,
there's no dad in the home.
And I will tell you from experience, kids at a young age are saying things that they have no idea what is coming out of their mouth.
They're being raised by the fucking internet.
They're saying things that are so offensive and egregious at the age that they're saying,
and above their pay grade,
and they have no clue or concept what they're saying. I will tell you, I had a young man in school this week who made some statements that were obviously egregious. I mean, you can't say those type of things. I mean, it's literally like, we live in a society today where it's just known. You don't go on an airplane and start talking about certain things. It's the same way in schools. It's the same way when you conduct yourself in society, and no one's teaching that lesson anymore. And kids are watching things on the internet, and it's all about a shock value. And it comes back to, why'd you say that? I don't know. I just said it because I thought that it was going to be something that got attention, and it does. It draws attention. Not the attention that you're seeking, but it just is. It's amazing to me the no clutch, no brake generation. It's all gas.
They're feral. Nobody's taught them to be civilized. Children are born feral. They're fucking animals.
You got to try to figure out.
Respect for life, respect for your fellow humans, respect for firearms, respect.
They're just there has to be a healthy. There's got to be a clutch. You can't just all gas and no brake.
No, that don't work out. Didn't work for the Packers. Ain't gonna work for the Jets. You see, the Jets got all gas, no brake painted on their walls. Like, did you not see how that worked? with Hackett here. Yeah, I've seen that in a few spots on Hard Knocks. They're going with all gas, no brakes. I thought that was LaFleur. That must have been Hackett, and he brought it over there because that's a very hacky thing to do, to reuse that.
So have you been watching, Eric?
I will tell you though.
Okay, so how's the wide receiver room
I've been watching.
How's the wide receiver room looking?
Garrett Wilson's pretty good.
For the
Randall
Jets?
Cobb made a couple good catches.
So is Aaron making friends or is he making frenemies?
I think he was at the podium yesterday with like a wooden bead necklace on, talking about embracing people and building them up. So
Listen,
I think
I hate to be the voice of reason here, but I'm going to tell you that the Jets are going to be good this year, whether you want to believe it or not. And he's developing another 17 over there that can really play.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude's good.
I mean, that kid can play.
Okay, I'm going to turn it on tonight.
There's nobody that's benefited more from Rodgers' arrival than that dude right there, because literally
Garrett Wilson.
He is yep. And he's
picked him.
He's doing good.
Yeah, get him. I've been taking him.
They're going to throw it to him. He believes in him. He's going to try to make him his new guy.
I mean, look at him, his record. He's proven all the amazing things that he's done. If he's sitting in front of you telling you, go here, do this, do that, sit down, jump, bark like a dog, and you want to go someplace, you're going to. So it'll be fun to watch.
He's a good kid, too. All reports are he's a top shelf human being, going to study hard, work hard. Cool. Rodgers will love that.
Well, not only will Rodgers love that, but the addition to Cook didn't hurt him any. I mean, good night. Now you have Hall and Cook to deal with.
No. You think Jonah should hold on to Odell, or is it time to let him go, Coach? Odell might run his course. He just tore another ACL.
He
got one ACL.
I'm going to tell you right now that Odell has been done for a while. I believe.
Yep. Maybe that Zay Flowers kid. He's pretty good. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
see
and
over there.
Here's the thing. Jonah can probably relate to this. I don't know how old a guy Jonah is, but when and I say we, people that played fantasy football from back in the day, and I don't want to get into fantasy football hour, but I'm going to tell you guys, and you'll know what I'm talking about. You get enamored by guys that produced for many years.
Yeah.
And you fall in love with them and you get married to these guys. And you ride them like Seabiscuit until they don't have any legs, and you find yourself whipping a stump because you've got nothing. I mean, and that's what we do. I mean, that's what we do in fantasy football. We fall in love with these players who have produced, and you don't ever want to get rid of them until you look up and it's so far you're 2 or 3 years late. Yeah. I'm guilty of it myself. I fall in love with old names. Yeah, I mean, and my son will tell you my roster is elderly. It's because those guys used to produce, and I still love them, and it's hard for me to let them go because I feel like they have the value that they had in 2018.
Right.
Yep.
And they just don't.
Ouch.
Yep. Made sure to at least grab Metcalf. There you go. Okay. Yeah, if you got Odell on the bench, they're all right.
Well, I think Metcalf's got a lot of bargain this year because I think that, I think he's gonna be the guy.
The Smith and Jigba kid just fractured his wrist, so he's gonna be out for a few weeks.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bob Barker, who went to the big showcase showdown in the sky this week at 99 years old. Staying home from school or work in the 80s and 90s meant you were about to hang with Bob Barker for at least an hour or two. He was the fabric of America famous, like a different kind of famous. He was famous like John Wayne or Neil Armstrong. He's part of America. These TikTok sluts wish they could get views like Bob Barker got back in the day. Anyway, Drew Carey sucks. We miss Bob Barker. There's always reruns. Price is Right is evergreen, other than you have to adjust for deflation.
Yeah,
he was great.
I love that guy. So good. And you hit the nail on the head, man. Staying home from school, man, or I was in college, so I would hit the come on down about every day. Get out of class and hit a little come on down and crack a cold one.
Well, Price is Right and press your luck.
Yeah.
$10,000 pyramid.
Good.
How many unsolicited kisses did that guy get?
Oh my gosh.
Up, give him a kiss on the cheek.
Oh yeah.
35. That was going to be my guess.
He was kind of an old school pimp. So
yep.
But I'll tell
What do
you
you guys
this.
think of Odell? What do you think of Odell?
What I think of him?
Oh, we just had the Odell comment. Remember?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
He
Train's left the station, bro.
No, it hasn't.
Coach was talking about old players that he still loves and relating it to it. He really knocked that answer out of the park. If you ask me,
He probably gets 35 touchdowns this year.
As he was talking,
I'll take the under. I'll take the under for whatever amount you want to set.
Before we get out of here, just a reminder that we will be at Canna Bloom Pharmacy for the grand reopening / Packers watch party on September 10th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We'll be there longer. We're going to do wake and rake there. We're going to be there like 7 to 7. We're not fucking around. Over 20 vendors, food trucks, giveaways, football, even some stand-up comedy. Bring a few bucks to donate to people less fortunate than you. I know you only have a couple bucks. I do too as well, but I'm going to bring them. I'm going to bring those $2.
That's $5, baby.
$10.
Hey, we bringing back the Corn Pop Award this year?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get a little...
Look at his shirt.
Corn Pops.
No, I saw it. It was a bad dude.
Who is the Pack playing that first game?
Chicago Bears, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
that's right.
I have a Corn Pop. I've drafted the letter that I'm going to send to the players with the little mini box of Corn Pops. It says, congratulations. Corn Pop was a bad dude, and you are too. You were the baddest man to step on the gridiron this week across the entire NFL, making you the Patriot Sports Corn Pop of the Week. Encloses your award. You can eat it or autograph it and send it back to us. It's entirely up to you. And then we invite them on the show. Yep.
That's fucking badass.
And then we invite them on the show. And I think
that's why we like to have Eric giving ideas, because he's fucking creative.
I think we should pick like the middle to lower tier guys who would maybe be on the show rather than like the TJ Watts of the world.
You should start with Devontae Adams. That way you can just get the
That'd be great to reconcile. We could reconcile on air.
After your Twitter exchange when he was a rookie.
Or not, and that would be fun too.
Yeah, it would be
on air.
Yep, it'd be really funny if he remembered it. I doubt he does. If you need relaxation supplies, go over to Canna Bloom Pharmacy with an F.com and use code PSR. You'll get a deal on them. That's always good.
Guys, I'm calling them this week. I'm going to try to order some stuff. I'm having a little
Your
trouble
dog's got to
sleeping.
need something, man. Your dog's chewing through metal bars, dude.
I got him lined out, but I'm needing some stuff to help me sleep, and I've got some joint issues. I'm going to contact him this week, see if I can get get some of that
Code
good
PSR.
You ran out.
I'm going to use it. I'll let you guys know.
They'll get you some of those gummies that everybody's talking about. Helps them sleep. There you go. You don't have to listen to old 1940s detective mysteries like me. You could just take a gummy like a normal person.
I'm going to try it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Coach and Angela, for all of your contributions and all the downloads from the people. We appreciate all of that stuff. Head over to patriotsportsnow.com for all of our latest goings-on. There's going to be a lot of goings-on. It's football season. Just type Patriot Sports in any search bar on any social media app, and you'll probably find us. You'll see the 3 red, white, and blue microphones, and you know you're in the right spot. All right. Till next time, be good to each other. Chris, kick the outro music.
You've been listening to Patriot Sports Radio. If you're sick of all the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media, like we are, this show is for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. For more content and merch, hit up www.patriotsportsnow.com. Find us on Twitter at PatriotsPod, on Instagram and Facebook at Patriot Sports Now, and on Getter, Rumble, and YouTube at Patriot Sports. Take care, and we'll see you next time.